Greetings, everyone. Are you having a rough time with your finances just because the market and inflation, everything that's going on today is just so out of control? Can't seem to get ahead? Or are you in that place where you've put this great plan together only to have things happen like life and it causes everything to get derailed? Well, today I'm going to talk to you about how you can combat inflation, get back to financial basics, all in the first of a three-part video series I've put together. Check it out. Forget about stocks, investments, and cryptocurrency and all that stuff. If you're frustrated financially or struggling and you've got debt you've been trying to pay down but you can't seem to get ahead, or maybe you're drowning in debt, in today's video I want to get you started going down that path and starting your journey to financial freedom. But it's really difficult to get there. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of discipline, a lot of preparation, and a lot of sacrifice. So many times I hear about financial plans and this is the way to get rich and all you need to do is this. They talk about the end result, which is great, but they don't ever go into details of how you get started. I want to help you get the ball moving, get you started down that journey, and hopefully relieve some of this pressure that you may be having. The biggest and most important thing that you can do for a healthy financial lifestyle is to live within a budget. So many people, shockingly, they don't even know how to do it or how to even set one up. This is key to become financially healthy, and it's also going to help you combat inflation, and I'll get to that in just a few moments. First, I want to talk about how to establish a budget. Figure out all the must-pay expenses every month. That's minimum payments on all of your credit cards, that's your car payment, that's your rent, that's your utilities. Anything that you absolutely have to pay to avoid any fees, repossession, fines, whatever, those are your mandatory monthly expenses that you must pay in a given month. I need you to list all those, use a spreadsheet, put those in a column, find out what that total is by month. Notice I said minimum, okay? I need to know what you have to pay out to avoid any fees. Minimum monthly payments on credit cards. That's important, and I'll get to that in a little bit. Next thing I want you to do is figure out your true monthly income. That's your take-home pay. Take that amount and put that in another column in a spreadsheet. So now you should have two columns with a total. Your expenses, that's everything that has to go out, and then your income, everything that's coming in. Now, what is the difference? I really hope that your income is greater than your expenses. If not, you're in trouble. You are in dire straits and you've got to take immediate action. You need to call your creditors, those financial institutions, see if they can work with you, see if they can reduce your payment or delay it for a period of time. Maybe there's a family member that can loan you some money. Anything to get those monthly expenses less than your monthly income. You've got to have money left over, because we haven't even talked about groceries or food or anything like that. We're just talking about the absolute mandatory payments that have to be made. Now, if your income exceeds those monthly expenses, those minimum mandatory monthly expenses, that amount is what I use to develop my budget. That's what I'm going to live within, my spending budget. Sometimes people like to put the grocery expense in that mandatory column, and that's okay. If you want to do it that way, that's fine, but in my opinion, that fluctuates so much. One month I might spend $500, and next month I might spend $600, and another month I might spend only $400. With inflation out of control, who knows what you're going to spend? You're spending top dollar on grocery items and things like that, gasoline, all that stuff. When things start to stabilize, you're going to be under budget every month. That's awesome. Now, whatever you have left over, I'm not saying use that entire amount as your budget. In other words, if you have a $5,000 a month income and $3,000 in monthly expenses that have to be paid, I'm not saying you've got $2,000 to go do whatever you want and that's it. Figure out what you actually need to live using that $2,000. Try to get it to come in less as possible, but be comfortable and still feel like you're living your life. What happens to that extra money? Be sure to subscribe, because in the next video of this series, I'm going to talk about debt pay down strategies where you can use those funds to apply to your debts. I'm also going to talk to you about the importance of your credit score, especially if you have some major purchases coming up in the near future, like a house or a car, something like that. A lot of things I didn't know about the credit score, but I'll be sure to share that with you in the next video. Also, if you could drop me a thumb if you like these kind of videos that really tells me that you want me to keep producing content like this, and maybe you have another method to getting on the right path or establishing a budget, drop me a comment below. I'd really love to read about it. This is where the discipline's going to have to come in. You have got to learn to say no. You have got to fight the impulsive tendencies. The idea is that you live comfortably, you live happily within that budget that you have set aside. I've seen family members do this. They get the I wants, they get impulsive. They see something, they want it right now. They gotta have it right now, or else they're just not gonna be happy. They'll either spend money they don't have by way of a credit card, they'll take it away from themselves by way of tapping into their savings. Gotta fight those tendencies. Get back on that healthy plan. Get healthy financially. For right now, if you are heavy in debt and you're working on paying down those debts and you've got a lot of monthly payments, it may be a struggle. It may feel like, man, I really don't have a lot. Honestly, you put yourself in this position and this is what it's going to take to get you out. But I'm here to tell you it's temporary. It's not going to be forever. You have to learn to say no. You have to tell other people no. Sometimes your friends are going to want you to go out with them and go, oh, come on, it'll be fun. It'll be a blast. And you're going to feel like you're missing out. You've got bigger plans, bigger financial plans. This is what it takes to get financially healthy. You've got to do this, and you can do it. Part of your budget should also include a savings plan. If you are not paying yourself, you are missing an opportunity. One, to establish a savings plan. Two, to establish some self-discipline. Sometimes people put paying themselves as a mandatory expense. I have to pay myself, which is a great habit to get into. If you are just getting started, I really don't care if the savings plan is $10 a month, $50 a month, $100 a month. It doesn't matter. Just get into the habit of paying yourself a set amount. This type of behavior needs to go on month after month after month. Paying your monthly expenses, not using any more credit cards, living within the budget, spending what you have set aside for your monthly spending, and also a savings plan. Everything is trending in the right direction. Debts are going down, savings is going up, and you are maintaining your spending in that budget that you've set. It's going to do some things to your mental health. You're going to feel a lot better about where you're at financially, and you're going to have that feeling of accomplishment knowing that you can do this. And in some cases, the amounts may be small. Don't let that discourage you. This is the first step in a big journey, a long journey. Give yourself time. Be patient with yourself and allow yourself to develop these healthy habits. One habit that I have gotten into that's really helped me out and has paid off is to review my finances regularly. You have to know where your money's going at all times. I can't tell you how many people I've talked to where they're like, man, I'm struggling. What do I do? How can you help me? And I'm like, well, what did you spend your money on last month? What have you spent your money on the past 6 months? Let's figure out an equation. Let's see what your income is to your monthly expenses. You should have had this much left over. What did you do with it? And they look at me and they're like, I don't know. That's bad. If you don't know where your money's going, you gotta start paying attention. And I would recommend at least weekly reviewing, making sure things are posted, making sure things are paid, making sure you're paid. This can also be eye-opening because a lot of times you may have these little charges that are hitting your account. Maybe you've subscribed to something that you thought you canceled and you're reviewing your account weekly, and all of a sudden you see this little expense or this bill that gets posted or this deduction out of your account, and you're like, what is that? Reviewing everything weekly is really going to help you stay on top of everything and understand all the money coming in and all the money going out in your own personal finances. Guys, follow these steps and you will be on your way to a less stressful financial environment. I know you can do it. Thanks for watching today. I'm the Capable Gentleman. Good luck on your financial journey. I'm here to always show you ways to go from dirty to dapper and to encourage you to never stop learning. Until next time, be kind, everyone. See you next week.